There's Benson Lake in there. And up there is the bowl that I came down from. Oh, she got 3 chicks. Those were the most chill grouse that I have ever seen. Usually as soon as you get anywhere close, they just explode in a flutter of wings into the bushes. I started the morning with a climb and I'm almost at the top. I'm walking over CV Pass now. The passes have gotten so mild. It's beautiful, but I had trees all the way up. And the elevation is only 9,127 feet, I think. Breakfast oatmeal is the chia coconut banana almonds that I got from the guy at Tuolumne, and is now going to be my trash bag, and then some sprinkle in there, and I also put in a peanut butter. I think it's a jumping spider. So cute. That was break number 2. This tree just grew up hugging this boulder. there's the stream crossing. But I don't want to get my feet wet, so I'm going to go a little bit further, see if I can find a dry crossing. I do love log crossings. This one's a bit high. The key with log crossings, at least for me, is to keep your momentum going, because if you can keep your momentum going straight, you're less likely to like slow wobble and fall off. But that was a really long one, so I had to pause in the middle to make sure I had my momentum and my balance straight. I put my crepe in the sun, so hopefully the chocolate is going to be nice and melty now. I definitely need new socks. There's a hole in my shoe and a hole in my sock, and it's been rubbing my pinky toe a little bit. So I finally had to put my first piece of Leukotape on my foot, but I'm gonna get new socks soon-ish. And of course, I cannot just switch socks, because at this point in their lifespan, there is very much a right and a left sock, and if you switch them, they do not fit. Today is a lot of little uphills, little downhills, little uphills, little downhills. I'm obviously on one of the ups. Usually, any clips I have of myself, I'm breathing easily because I've chosen to do them when I'm going downhill because it's easier to talk. But like 40%, 50% of my day sometimes is me going uphill, wheezing a bit. And I just finished my climb and now I'm going downhill again. Now, they may look similar, but these are in fact new rocks, which is very exciting. Well, I could get off the PCT and go to Tiltil Valley or Hetch Hetchy. This one is Wilma Lake. Water's really clear. You can ford here. It looks like someone made a little rock hop bridge. This is Fall Creek that I crossed earlier, and I am just following it right up for kind of a ways. Up to Dorothy Lake, I think. Here's another source that was running probably like a month ago and is dry now. Haven't seen these in a while. They're probably not visible, but there's a fair few mosquitoes. They're not as bad as I've seen, but they are, there's more here than I've seen recently. All morning and all afternoon, there are some quite steep climbs and quite steep descents. I was pretty tired, and then all evening it's been this very flat, gentle, slowly following Fall Creek up the valley type climb. So I think this tree grew, and the roots grew around the rocks that were in the ground, and then when the tree fell, it lifted the rocks out of the ground. That's my theory. There are a lot of mosquitoes. I'm setting up my tent, but the ground is so loose, the stakes just slide right in and they can slide right back out. But everywhere that I've wanted to put a stake, there's been a giant rock right nearby because, and I've obviously put these over my stakes to make them a little more secure, but a giant rock right nearby because somebody else has pitched a tent here and used rocks to stabilize it. Now it's done. It's a really loose pitch tonight because if I were to over tighten here, the other side would get pulled out even with the rocks. The rocks are not, they're not foolproof.